Welcome. Today we're here to learn the bluegrass standard "I'll Fly Away." Being so popular in bluegrass jam sessions, it's a great one to know if you plan on playing with others. When learning a new song, it's always helpful to know the chord structure of that song. So let's take a look at that real quick. Alright, so for "I'll Fly Away," the verse is G, C, G, D, G. And for the chorus, it's G, C, G, E minor, D, G. My beginner banjo version of this song begins with what's called a kickoff. And the purpose of a kickoff is for you to play something, in this case that, and that gives the other people that are playing with you kind of the context and the tempo of the song. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting the low G string with my thumb, then pinching the outer strings with my middle finger and my thumb. Okay, so I'm going to do that twice. And now what that does is that gives the other musicians who are playing with me the context of the song, so they know when to come in and how fast. After we do that, we're going to go right into the melody. Here's what I'm doing there. I hit the low G, fretted at the 2nd fret, slide to the 4th, then roll on the B string and the D. So that's a forward roll. So thumb on the low G, pointer on the B, middle finger on the high D. Then I'm going to hit the high G with my thumb and the open low G with my pointer finger. And that gives us 2 melody notes, which is part of the melody. So what we've got so far is, which is not very much, but we'll get there. Then we're going to pinch the outermost strings with our thumb and middle. We'll be doing a lot of that at the beginning of the song. Then we're going to hit the open low D with our thumb. Then pinch again. Then hit the low G with our thumb. And then pinch again. So we got a lot more melody notes, part of 2 more melody notes. We've doubled what we had done before without using our left hand at all. Hands up, you don't have to do anything. Banjo is great tuned to open G, so if you're playing in the key of G, lots of your melody notes are going to be open. But we're gonna use this hand again here in a second, because our next part of the melody notes is. So the actual melody note is. We're using part of a C shape because that kind of gives us a little bit of harmony. So when we get this in, we'll have. So what I'm doing there is I'm hitting the B string and the high D simultaneously, so it's kind of like a pinch. Open. I hit them open, and I hit the low G with my thumb. Open again. Then I fret the B string at the 1st fret with my pointer finger, and the D string, high D, at the 2nd fret with my middle finger. So, then just pinch them open again with your pointer and your middle finger. So that's more melody notes. The next part of the song is the C part. So you remember from our chord structure, it was G, C, G, D, G for the verse. So we've done a G, that was. Now we move on to the C part. Now I just mostly use forward rolls for this part. So we stray a little bit away from the melody notes because this part is the G part is some glad morning when this life is o'er. Lots of melody notes. And then this part, the C part, I'll fly away. So only like 3 or 4 melody notes. So we're going to just do a little bit of forward rolls primarily. So I just hit the high G, then those 2 strings that we've already been on again, the B and the D. So then I go to forward rolls with a C chord. Okay, so if you don't know what a C chord is, you fret both the D strings at the 2nd fret and the B string at the 1st fret. Now I begin on the low D, then with my thumb, then I hit the B with my pointer finger, then the high D with my middle finger. Then I go into forward rolls on the 2 G strings in the high D. Again with thumb, pointer, middle, thumb, pointer, middle. So here's what that's going to look like. And then we're going to go into a G lick. And that's going to give us this. Now, if you don't know what a G lick is, there's plenty of resources on YouTube to help teach that to you. I'll put a link here to my Foggy Mountain breakdown video where I explain what the G lick is, and you'll be able to see what it is there if you want. So just click the link, and we'll see you once you figured out the G lick, because it's very, very important in bluegrass. Very important. So we've had the G part and the C part. Now we're going to go back to G. So it was. Now we're going to go into some familiar territory here. So that's those 2 melody notes again, same as before. Sliding up from the 2nd to the 4th on the G string. Then hitting the low D. Pinching, then hitting the low G. Pinching again, then back to the C, and doing those hits again. So it's right. So it's exactly like we're going to the C part, but we're not this time. Now we're going to hit the high D open, and as we do that, we've got our pointer finger resting the 2nd fret on the B string, ready to do a hammer on. Then pointer on the B string and hammer on. So, and then back to the high D. So as you hammer on, you're hitting that high D. So it kind of blends together. Then go to the high G. So you've got that real Foggy Mountain breakdown style sound. Now what we're going to do there is after we hammer on the once, you're going to take your pointer finger and move it over 1 string to the high D at the 2nd fret. So you do the hammer on, you hit the high D and they blend together. Then you do a forward roll. High G, B, high D. Except you've got that fretted at the 2nd fret. So, then you hit the high G again, then open on the high D. So, now we're just going to do a little bit of melody stuff. So we're not doing rolls. We're hitting the low G open, then 2nd fret, then low D at the 4th fret, then low G open. And that's slow enough that it probably actually doesn't matter all that much what finger you do it with. So you could pick them all with 1 finger. If you wanted, you could do it all with your thumb. It's slow enough that you can probably do it with whatever you want. Just find out what works for you. we're going to do a G lick. That G note there, that low G, is the first note of a G lick. So all together, here's what we got so far. And that concludes the verse. So on to the chorus. Now, the chorus begins going right back into that Foggy Mountain style riffage over here. So here's what that's going to sound like. So you recognize the second half of that probably, but the first half might be a little unfamiliar. It's going to be familiar if you know Foggy Mountain breakdown. So we go back into the Foggy Mountain style stuff. So hit the high D. So high D, then hammer on. But this time you're not going to move that pointer finger over the second fret. So it's... Now that entire part there is taken verbatim, note for note from Foggy Mountain breakdown. So what I'm going to do instead of teaching it here is put a link right here, so you can link directly to that part of the lesson in Foggy Mountain breakdown and learn it there, because it can be just a little bit counterintuitive learning those notes. There's a weird pull off. That note right there does not sound good in the key of G, so you're on it for just a second. And I'll explain that in the video that I'm about to refer you over to. So if you need to learn that, go over to Foggy Mountain breakdown. We'll see you in a minute once you got it down. If you're already familiar, what it is basically just the transition from the Foggy Mountain roll to the G lick in Foggy Mountain breakdown. So it sounds like this. From here we go into our C shape, which this time we'll begin with a fancy little walk up to make things a little different. Now it's super easy. We're just picking the low G, open, second fret, fourth fret. And that gets us ready to go into C. But we're not going just to C, we're going to C7. And that gives it just kind of a little bit of tension. So we start with a regular C shape, which is just both the D strings fretted at the second fret and the B string fretted at the first fret. And we're going to do a series of forward rolls. The first one is on the low D, the G, and the high D. Then we go to the high G, the low G, and the high D. Now we're going to go ahead and drop that pinky down at the third fret on the low G and do 3 forward rolls. And then we're going to go back and pick that low G with the fretted at the third fret again. Altogether that sounds like this. Then low D, open, then fretted at the second fret again, and slide up to the 5th fret and do a forward roll. So low G, high D, high G, then low G. Now from the C part of our song, which starting from the Walkup was, then pinch, and then back into what we already know. So this concludes the lesson. I hope it's been helpful for you, and please leave any questions in the comments below. I also have a backing track for you this time, which I hope will be helpful in your practicing. I've got one at, I think it's 160 beats per minute and then also 220. So enjoy and happy picking. See ya.